Most people never even make it past their first $1,000 properly. And that's exactly why they never reach $10,000. Because the truth is, your first $1,000 is not really about money at all. It's about identity, behavior, and how you react when real financial pressure enters your life. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use your first $1,000 in a way that actually builds wealth instead of destroying it. The biggest misunderstanding beginners have is thinking money itself creates success. It doesn't. Money only amplifies the person holding it. If your mindset is unstable, money makes it worse. If your discipline is weak, money exposes it. And if your emotions are uncontrolled, money multiplies your mistakes. That's why many people don't improve when they earn more. They simply become a louder version of their financial habits. When someone gets their first $1,000, something changes psychologically. They stop thinking in survival mode and start thinking in speed. They want fast results, fast growth, fast validation. And that shift is where most financial mistakes begin, because decisions stop being logical and start becoming emotional. And one more hidden problem appears here: pressure from comparison. The moment people get a little money, they start comparing themselves to people who are already years ahead. Instead of building their own base, they start trying to match someone else's chapter 10 while they are still in chapter 1. And that comparison silently pushes them into bad decisions, rushed investments, and unnecessary risks. The biggest mistake beginners make is putting all their money into one thing, one coin, one stock, one trend, one hot opportunity. But what they don't realize is they are not investing in assets. They are investing in emotions. They are buying excitement and hope, not understanding. And that's why they panic when reality shows up. Social media makes this worse because it only shows results, not process. You see fast profits, luxury lifestyles, and success stories, but you don't see years of boring discipline behind them. Real wealth is slow, repetitive, and often invisible while it's being built. And that creates a dangerous illusion. It makes people think they are late when they are actually just early in the process. So instead of building slowly, they start forcing outcomes, and forced money decisions always lead to emotional mistakes. That's why boring systems create exciting futures, and most people fail because they want exciting systems from day one. If I had to restart with my first $1,000, I would divide it into 4 parts, not to get rich quickly, but to build control. First, I would put around $400 into stable long-term assets, not because it's exciting, but because survival comes first. Beginners think investing is about maximizing returns, but the real goal is staying in the game long enough to learn it properly. Because if you lose your first money emotionally, you don't just lose capital, you lose confidence. And once confidence breaks, most people quit forever. This part of money teaches patience, and patience is one of the rarest advantages in modern finance. Next, I would take around $250 and invest it into myself. Because in the beginning, your income matters more than your investments. Even if you double $1,000, it's still just $2,000. But if you increase your earning ability, your entire financial ceiling changes permanently. This is where most people get stuck. They focus on where to invest instead of how to earn more. But wealth is built by increasing capacity, not just allocating money. So I would focus on skills like AI, freelancing, content creation, sales, automation, or anything that directly increases income. Because someone earning $10,000 a month can recover from mistakes, someone earning $300 cannot. That's the real difference. Now here's something most beginners completely overlook. Consistency beats intensity in money. People often get motivated, do everything fast for a few weeks, then burn out and disappear. But wealth doesn't respond to intensity. It responds to repetition. Small correct actions repeated for long enough create results that look like luck to others. Then I would take around $200 as controlled risk capital, not for gambling, but for experience. Because no amount of theory teaches you what real market emotions feel like. You only understand fear when your money drops. You only understand greed when it rises. And you only understand control when you're forced to choose between panic and patience. Most people lose money not because of bad opportunities, but because they enter emotionally unprepared. They buy late, sell early, and confuse hype with intelligence. And if you lose this money early, good. You just bought experience cheaply. Finally, I would use the last $150 to upgrade systems and environment. This is the part nobody talks about, but it quietly controls everything. Better tools lead to better decisions. Better environment reduces emotional mistakes. Better systems make discipline easier. This could be books, software, AI tools, learning resources, or anything that improves clarity and execution. Because wealth is not just financial, it is structural. It depends on the system behind your decisions. And when you zoom out, everything in this strategy is doing one thing. It is not trying to maximize profit. It is trying to build a person who can handle profit. Because that is the real skill in money. Not making it once, but managing it repeatedly without destroying yourself. And here's the truth most people miss. Investing is not a financial game at the beginning. It is a psychological one. Can you stay calm when things go wrong? Can you avoid chasing hype when everyone is excited? Can you stay consistent when nothing is happening? Because most people don't lose money because of bad investments. They lose money because of bad reactions. Fear makes them exit too early. Greed makes them enter too late. Impatience makes them quit too soon. And over time, emotions destroy more wealth than any market crash ever will. Now imagine yourself 1 year from now. You think differently. You react differently. You make decisions with clarity instead of emotion. You understand money instead of chasing it. That is what your first $1,000 is supposed to build. Not luxury, not shortcuts, not gambling, a foundation. Because once you learn how to handle $1,000 properly, you don't just reach $10,000. You become the kind of person who naturally grows into it.